Hi guys, I just want to do some order flow analysis on a long trade I took on Friday. So I had this key level that I was already planning on watching for a bit at near 57.37. I was thinking the market might be trading down to look for buyers today. It was trading coming out of the overnight. It was still holding below a major resistance area, which ended up selling off from that. So I'm going to go ahead and hit play here. All right. So I'm just going to show in this example the delta by price and how we can spot trap traders using that. And I'm also going to look at the DOM a little bit as well. So when we were up here, we could see it's flushing pretty hard there. So it's below the level, but I'm not just assuming it's going to break it and keep running. I'm really expecting some kind of reaction, even just profit taking, anything relatively close to this, above or below. So, but up here we could see some sellers aggressive selling there, but it cracked it and traded lower. I wouldn't have been looking at that spot anyways, and that's where key levels come into play. So we're seeing like signs of absorption, but the first sign often will fail, and especially in the middle of nowhere. It's well above the level. So look at these when we crack below the level. Look at this, all of this aggressive selling. So if we can get above this, we've got, and we can see on the DOM, see this nice distribution near the lows here. So we can clearly see now that we're seeing absorption. And if we were bearish, we would want to see that push that's going on right now. We want to see them taking aggressive control below 33.50 here, and especially below 33. Notice how it fell though right there. And we're seeing initiative here. If we can get above this 36 low volume node, and we can see some aggressive buying right there on the deltas as well. It's already starting to show some signs of a failure down here. I was mostly long between 35, 37. Maybe not ideal, but I don't necessarily need to see it reclaim and then spend a ton of time up here, especially with the way it traded, the way it just flushed. They can really just come back pretty quick. So but yeah, that the failure to see follow through on that new low there, that was like our first sign. Someone could have taken like a starter entry with a tight stop if they wanted on this absorption. I got in slightly after that, so maybe a little late, and then some stuff was around 37. But, I was already thinking it's starting to look pretty good. You could see it unwinding here. This is a 1,000 tick chart. So at this point, I'm thinking that buyers are in control, at least on the micro level. And I wanted to see the pullback getting bought up. But it's unwinding pretty good here. And so we're going back into this little area here. See how we had all these lows here and then we broke. So this is going to be a key area to watch here. See all the aggressive buying on the DOM here. I'm going to go ahead and reset the DOM. I like to do that sometimes, especially in this spot. I want to see how it starts to react. Resistance becomes support becomes resistance. So I want to see how it trades into that, because it could reject off that and go back for the lows again, or even put in a new low. So okay, we get a push right up into it. So we immediately see some aggressive selling. Look at the DOM there. A lot of selling right as we pushed up into that area. So we want to be looking for a bid off of this. And the higher up we see it, the more bullish. That's usually the assumption that I'm operating under. Really shallow pullbacks are super bullish, whether it's on the micro level or higher time frame. It was a relatively shallow on this one, but then it had like a little flush at the end, which gave it a typical sort of like a halfback retracement. I don't use like fib retracements or anything. I just eyeball it, but it was pretty close to a halfway point. Seeing like a strong bid off right off halfway makes it pretty solid. You don't want to see it like putting in a lot of volume down there. So it was primarily shallow. It didn't spend much time below the initial spot where the bid showed up. I'm going to start fast forwarding this a little bit. This is like right around where the bid started showing up. We can see the absorption on the DOM. So they're showing interest to absorb down here. I'm going to keep going a bit. See, there's a lot of absorption there. Still a seller too, though, so it's still undecided at this point. Given the context and the way that the low was set. And so now all these aggressive sellers are trapped. A lot of them are going to be exiting the further we get. So they're realizing that they're wrong. So as long as it holds up here, though, my assumption is more upside until proven otherwise. And then if it flushes, I'm still thinking upside. That's where a lot of people get trapped. They try to chase the short on the break. I'm still assuming that they're just flushing some inventory, get it flat, and then take it higher. That's what they did do. Let me fast forward that a bit here. Yeah, so we're seeing buyers keep defending. I think it's near 41. Sellers near about 44. So it's pretty tight little range here. You can see the distribution on the DOM. So it's showing us that it's balanced. Okay, so it's starting to go a little, it's starting to press into the lows here. So we want to watch how it reacts. Okay, it's taking a while. Okay, it should be pretty soon. I'm going to watch the DOM as it breaks. This is where we want to see it bounce and reclaim. Okay. All right. You can see some aggression at the lows. Saw buyers too. Okay, so we want to see what they do here. They're absorbing. See that? And then they're aggressively trying to take it back up there. 200 and okay. So far, it's looking like a reclaim. Once we get just a little bit higher, we can see the interest from the buyers. That's plenty of buying there. Still seeing a lot of buying. Okay. Let me reset it actually. Yeah, we can see not much selling coming back against that right there. All right, so there's a lot of buying coming in right there. That's what I was waiting for. It just took forever. These are the kind of flows you want to see right here. On the micro level, it's telling us it wants more upside here. I think a lot of that was short covering from the Fed Waller comments that we were seeing down here. At this point in the session, we weren't typically seeing like, 500 hitting into each price. So it's a little clue that things are going on. Something's going on here. A lot of these shorts are not really interested in holding anymore for this move. So the more of them that throw in the towel and give up, then it's like a cascading effect and it leads to even more. So more sellers join the buying side, and then leads to even more and more. And then you have some buyers as well who are new buyers that are more of like a momentum trader, just trying to hop on for the ride. So it's going to be a lot of buying. I'll go ahead and speed this up to 10x the speed. So we already saw the main thing I wanted to show. I've got this settings here on to show visible bars, so we can see for everything on the screen. We're seeing a lot of aggressive buying up here. I'm going to try to keep those off the screen for now. So after these trapped sellers, now it's very heavy in favor of the buyers here. So and this eventually led to a new RTH high, a little bit shy of the ETH high of day, but it set an RTH high, so ended up unwinding pretty good, pretty solid move. So yeah, so that's pretty much all what I wanted to show on that, guys. Thanks.